Check it out. New white crisp shoes. Let's see how long they stay that way. Let's go for a walk. I ain't playing around today, people. You want to hear what happened to me today? Just let a little bit of frustration out. Rage? No, not rage. But feelings, yeah. I let some feelings out today. Felt pretty good. I don't know if I should have done it, but screw it. You want to hear what happened? Well, first of all, that's not my whole topic for today, by the way. But I figured, screw it. I'll tell you guys what happened. Ooh, what is that? Is that? Ooh, it's a pretty butterfly. Can you see that? It's flying away. Whatever. I'm not in the mood. What happens if I go this way? Should I do that? Let me think. Where am I? Where am I? I kind of want to do that. Let's try it. Okay. So, I'm not going to get into too much detail. I was at a place today with a bunch of people that I know, and then a bunch of people that I don't know. And anyways, some guy there, I kind of overheard, like from afar, I saw like conversations were happening. Like, actually no, like confrontation. Confrontations were happening between people I know and then a guy that I don't know. And, damn, someone already. Let me pause this crap. Yeah, so anyways, some guy was trying to talk shit, basically, to some people that I know about some stuff that is kind of related to me. Actually, it is related to me. It's so hard to tell you guys things without telling you things. Anyways, and usually I'm extremely composed. Oh, okay, don't worry, I still stay composed. But usually I would just not get involved and pretend like I don't hear nothing and mind my own business. But, nope. The way it was shaken down, I couldn't do it. Because you know what he was doing? He was talking shit. Like, he was just not bullying them, but is it gaslighting? Maybe, just crap. So I walk over. I'm like, screw this shit. I walked over and I had to, get a lay of the land, what was happening over there. It's like, what's up? And I can see, what was transpiring and what he was saying. And that's it. I inserted myself into it. That's not usually what I do. But I did this time. I inserted myself and I called him on it. Damn right I did. I called him on it. And I was like, well, why are you saying this and that when you know it and I know it, that it's this and this and this? Oh, no, please take it easy. It doesn't really matter. It's not such a, fuss. This goes up to subdivisions. What goes this way? Okay. It doesn't really matter. It's just da-da-da-da-da. Just fobbing it off, right? And I was like, no. Just let's go apples to apples here. It's like you're trying to tell me the sky is red when I know it's blue. So why are we kerfuffling about with this? Call a spade here. It's this, and you're trying to act like it's that, and it's not. Right? And of course, he dug his heels in, and he kept going, right? He's like, oh no, but please, it's just this. Again, no. It's this and this and this. Do you have, I don't know. So hard to tell you guys a story. Did you have this category and this category? Yeah? Okay, great. We have this category and this category too, right? So, that's what I'm talking about. So don't try to tell me that both categories are the same, because they both have different names. If they were the same, they wouldn't have different names, okay? Because we're not the same. So don't try to tell me. I'm kind of sprucing it up right now. But basically, one by one, I dismantled his ass. I just chop. I took an axe to a tree. I started from the top branches and chop. Hold on. So anyways, let's have a look. Let's turn around anyways, actually, because this path goes to houses. Womp womp. Anyways. So yeah, I dismantled him in about, I don't know, 2 minutes. And finally, he just was, at the end, he was just standing there and like, couldn't say nothing. And then, the funny part is, the people that know me, okay, here's the point. Come on, I always tell you guys there's so many sides to the INFJ, huh? They've never seen that side of me because I never show that, right? But, well, they got a taste of who's in there a little bit, right? So I remember they were saying, one person said to someone else I know, they're like, oh, Chess is going for it. And they're like, yeah, just sit back and watch the show. Just watch it. She should have been a lawyer. You just wait for it. That guy's screwed. So anyways, and then after all that was done, one of the other people texted me. They're like, you go, girl. You did it. Thank you. Thanks for standing up for it. I'm like, hey, man, I'm just spitting facts. That's all I was doing. But the funny thing is, I was so jacked up, guys. So freaking jacked up. I was so pissed. Because you know what? This mofo was trying to gaslight my ass. And no, I have a limit, okay? I take a lot of shit, but I got a limit. Like, don't try to tell me that the freaking sky is orange, and I know it's not orange, okay? God damn you, right? So I was pissed. Anyways. What was my point to all this? Oh yeah, but afterwards, it's funny how fast I go back to like contained chess, because then I was like, shit, I shouldn't have done that. I should have been composed. Should have been a good girl, right? Always gotta be a good girl. Hold on, they're further up. Anyways. But yeah, and then I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. You know, I was second guessing myself. And then I thought, you know what though? I mean, what the hell? Like, you have to stand up for yourself, because people try to walk all over you, and it's not right, you know, because this is the thing, guys. We know what's right. We know it, and we gotta stand up for that. I was about to swear. Okay, hold on. I gotta pause it. The irony of all of that is that it kind of ties into my topic today, actually, ever so slightly. And that's the topic of society's standards. How are you supposed to act? How are you supposed to show up in the world? How are you supposed to present yourself? What should be your goals in life? And what are you aiming for, huh? What do you want to achieve? Because you know what? Everyone's kind of... Yeah, sure, people got different visions for themselves, but they are all sort of going towards the same finish line, aren't they? You know, everyone kind of looks the same. Everyone kind of has the same outlook. They all want the white picket fence, you know, marriage, family, kids, house, green grass, I don't know, job, 9 to 5, blah, 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 okay? Yeah, everyone is kind of going in the same direction on the same highway. And a lot of times, you know, you can feel pressure to follow suit, right? I mean, shit, go with the same direction of the waves. Why are you gonna swim upstream? Why do that to yourself if you can just swim downstream like the rest of them on easy street? Well, first of all, let me just throw a curveball at you. I know what you're thinking. You think I'm about to tell you that you should totally go upstream. Screw all of that. Go to the beat of your own drum, right? But, hold on, biker. But, damn, people everywhere. Hold on. But we have to remember there's a reason why people want certain things, right? There's a reason why everyone is going in one direction, okay? Like there's a reason for certain procedures even. Okay, like hear me out, okay? At my work, right? When I first started, well, not when I first started, but when I was pretty new in my career, and anyways, you know, you started from the bottom, you work your way up. At least I did. I started from the very bottom, and I worked my way all the way up. And you know what, actually, side note, I often think that's the best way to go about it, because you understand all the pluses and minuses of every level within where you're working, right? God, another person. Let's pretend I'm my friend. And then, yeah, so you get to learn what the challenges are at every level and what the realities are of every position within the company, because you've done it, you know. I mean, I didn't do every single position, but you know what I mean. Hold on. Yeah, so anyways, the whole point is I did like a lower kind of position, let's say, back in the days. And it's kind of technical, not so technical, but one of the things I used to do was, God, I hate having to describe shit without describing shit. So, you know, you would have to, like I was mixing certain things together, and it's very precise, like, you know, how many cc's to how much powder and blah, 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 you know, a very specific amount of liquid and whatever. I think it was 0.7 milliliters. Now I think about it, it's still etched in my brain. And there was this whole, like, very specific procedure I had to do to create something. And anyways, I remember one day I was like, you know what? I think these people are just being anal about this. Like, I don't think I have to do all this. And I kind of was sloppy with the step. Like, I kind of just, meh, you know, I just went with it. And I wasn't precise with it, okay? And you know what happened? The work I produced afterwards wasn't really up to snuff. It wasn't working out right. And that was a great lesson for me. I was like, it's because, I swear to God, this is exactly what I thought to myself. I thought, you know what? It's because I didn't follow exactly what I was supposed to follow. And what is written is for a fucking reason. Like, I'm sorry. Like, why am I going against it? It's for a reason, okay? And then I switched back. I followed everything to a T. Chef's kiss. Everything worked out perfectly. And I swear to God, I'm not even joking with you. I literally took the lesson from that everything, like all procedures and all that kind of shit, is all for a reason. Meaning, like, and that's true for all of life. There's a reason why, people prefer to work during the day. Yeah, because circadian rhythm. There's a reason why a woman wears blush. Did you know that a woman wears blush on her cheeks because it makes it look like she's aroused? Yeah, look at the psychology of that. Once upon a time, the woman realized that that is how to make it look like you have more blood flow in your cheeks, the kind of blood flow that you would have when you're aroused, and men are attracted to it. That's freaking right. So don't think that people just do things for the hell of it. I mean, funny enough, I literally only put it on because I happen to like how it looks. I didn't think so deep about it. But you know what? If you dig deep into anything, there's a reason for everything, okay? Or why it started, or whatever, why something was created, why we're doing the things that we're doing. Just like how they always look at, like, behavior throughout evolution. Like, you know, there's a reason why people want certain things. Anyways, so before you go thinking, everyone's stupid for turning left, I want to go right, just stop and ask yourself, why is everyone going left? Is there, like, some fucking crazy big dinosaurs on the right that you should be running from? Like, you know, like, there just might be a reason. So, you know, don't discount it right off the bat, okay? But you know what? The way I see it is, you know me, I'm the huge spokeswoman for balance. And I really do think that you gotta find a balance between conformity and individuality, right? Because if you just do what everyone else is doing, I mean, what the hell are you doing there? You know what I mean? Like, you might as well just be a robot at this point. So, of course, you should totally, like, tap into what you want for yourself, you know? And feel confident in your own individuality, right? And you know what else? Like, because cookie cutter is kind of boring anyways. I mean, I always say to you guys, different is good. And this is where I would say lean into how you're different as an INFJ. Because, I mean, I tell you guys that all the time. Because you need a little individuality. Like, shit. Okay, fine. We all have goals in life, and chances are they're all very similar. But you can kind of tweak it to your own liking. And you kind of have to celebrate that, right? Like, celebrate how you're just yourself and how you're not like everybody else, right? But you know what? The other thing is different lifestyles, different cultures, like different everything. Honestly, I think it's fascinating. And I don't know if part of me is more open to how other people live differently or think differently, because when I was growing up, I was very lucky in the sense that it was, how can I put this? There was no such thing as color. Like, hold on, I want to make sure no one's in this sketchy tunnel. Why is this stuff here? That freaks me out. I'm gonna walk fast. Let's go walk fast. I'm gonna walk fast and firm. Yeah, because I gotta look like a tough girl. I can't even talk to you because I'm on a mission. Okay, I'm reaching the end. I made it. It's like a video game. Okay. Yeah, when I grew up, like when I was growing up, my mother, she literally has the mentality that people are just people. Like, she doesn't care if you're green, purple, black, orange, white. She doesn't give a shit. Hold on. Yeah, she doesn't give a shit, okay? For her, people are just people. And she would literally just talk to anybody, like, from any country. And it didn't even faze her. Like, I swear to God, didn't even think about it, like, literally. Not that pretend kind of bullshit of everyone's the same. No, like it was legit. Everyone's the same. So I grew up like that, and like I literally feel that way. Like literally. Yes, I'm perfectly aware of the fact that different cultures, ethnicities, whatever, they do tend to have like, I don't know, certain mannerisms or ways of life, or like, you know, I'm not totally oblivious to the difference between cultures and all that shit, but for me, honestly, you are just another human occupying this earth with me, no lies. So because of that, I was really able to embrace and like kind of roll with just anybody and learn from them, you know, and really take it in and like discover like who people are and, you know, whatever. So, and you know me, that goes hand in hand with my curiosity, right? Because I would be curious about it. And I guess because I wasn't like, how can I put this? Like, not freaked out, but I didn't see them as someone so different from me. So I felt confident just asking questions and just getting to know them. Like, I didn't give a shit. So, and even as I ended up working, like in my career, and guys, I've worked with, I feel like someone from every damn country. Like, wow, this guy coming through, I think he's on a skateboard. They're enjoying life. I feel like I should, hold on, I'm gonna pull over. These people are crazy. Hold on. This guy's on a skateboard. That's kind of cool. He's going so fast that it's almost like an automatic skateboard. Holy shit. Anyways. Yeah. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I've worked with people from like all different backgrounds. Like, holy crap, let me think. Italy, Poland, Russia, Philippines, Iran, Japan, Korea, India. Oh, let's see, I know I'm missing a few. I just know I'm missing a few. China. Gosh, this place is hopping. I don't know. Hungary. Yeah, Hungary. Everywhere, okay? Shit. And the best part, Canada. I have people from Canada. And the best part is, a lot of these people had accents, right? No, they still do. Some people I work with. And because of that, I'm able to understand just about anybody. It's pretty wild. So many times at work, I'm talking to people and they're like, you understand me? I'm like, yeah, of course I understand you. Really? Because most people don't understand me. I'm like, well, I understand you perfectly. You said blah, 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 right? They're like, yeah. They're kind of amazed. And also, I've kind of become almost like an ESL teacher. It's always been that way. Like, I will teach them English as I go along. They're like, what does this mean? I'll be like, it's this. And I'll break it down for them, like in such concrete little obvious ways. They're like, huh, thank you. So, they're learning with me, right? It's kind of cool. Anyways, the whole point is, because I have always been around people who kind of have, different backgrounds, different lifestyles, whatever, maybe that's also why I think that individuality isn't so crazy. It's pretty cool. And it's fascinating. I think it's interesting. I wouldn't want to live or only be around people who are literally all the exact same. Like, I like the multicultural vibe. Because I don't know, I like being around different things. You know what I'm saying? So the whole point is, hold on. The whole point is that it's awesome to be different. And don't be worried about being different. But on the other hand, oh yeah, I'm going to bring out some truths for you, because let's not pretend, okay, that that things are the way they are for a reason, as I already said. But beyond that you can get ahead in life that way. Okay, there's certain things you can do in life that people are doing it because, you know what, it works. And that's how you can succeed at life, in certain ways. Hold on, so many people here. One sec. Like, okay, let's talk about how you present yourself in the world, like physically, right? If you go out looking like a hot mess, people treat you differently than if you were to go out looking put together. Simple example. Go ahead and try it if you haven't tried it. Run the experiment yourself. Guess what? I've run that experiment. I noticed the difference. Yeah, it's not convenient, but it's the truth. And the sooner that you walk in the light of the truth, the better. Down to your behavior. If you're calm, cool, and collected, if you are controlled, concise, you come off as somebody who is dependable, solid, people will treat you different. Like, let's not pretend here, okay? So there's a reason why people are showing up that way, and there's a reason why there's those kind of unwritten standards in life, right? And oftentimes, the sooner you embrace that, the better. Just ask yourself why. I find the best thing that you could ever ask any time for anything is why. It's so telling. And if you just dig a little and ask why society has these standards, then that's gonna help you know that maybe it's not the worst idea in the world. And maybe you should roll with the punches in that way, But again, as I said, like, if you're dead set against something, don't feel like you have to go with the flow, obviously. Like, sheep mentality or something. But, yeah, there's a reason for it. Okay, hold on. I'm going to pause for a second here. But let me tell you something. The secret sauce, which I kind of touched on this already, is in combining the two things. Like, going with the times, going with the standards, but also injecting your own individuality into the mix. And going back to my story, which I didn't even realize how related that was, because I was already planning on talking to you guys about this today, which is so ironic. Like, holy crap, right? That's kind of what happened to me today with that whole kind of tiff I got in with that guy. Because people where I was only really see me kind of a certain way. I mean, I've exposed different sides of me, but really speaking, they're all within the confines of social standards. You know what I mean? Playing nice and still being likable and not going against the grain. I kind of walk on the edge, but ultimately I'm still coloring in the lines, right? So yeah, I've always kind of still colored in the lines. But anyways, but today they saw a different version of chess. Yeah. And you know what? dare I say, I think they liked it. Because it adds dimension to a person, okay? Like, come on, you can't just keep freaking dressing monochromatic. Add something into the mix, you know? So, believe it or not, when someone goes against the grain a little bit, and with confidence, never mind, I think it's kind of hot. I think it's, not to call myself hot or something, but I'm just saying, because I've witnessed this with other people, right? I think it's kind of hot. And, yeah, I think people like it. Wow, that bloody shadow of mine. I think they kind of like it. So, because it makes you interesting. Like, come on. You gotta bring something new to the table, man. Show something different. Show you have some teeth. Show you have the guts to do what you actually want to do. And to just be yourself, you know, and be authentic to who the hell you are. And you know what? Because I did that today, here's the best part. So even though I go by like social standards and shit on the regular, and I am authentic though in it. Like I actually, however I act, like I am being authentic even while I'm within social standards. Like it just happens to line up with me. But how to really know that, right? As an outsider. But because I showed that other part of me, I think it makes me more trustworthy. Because I think that people are able to see that I'm just keeping it real. So chances are I'm keeping it real all the time. Do you know what I mean? And that just makes someone kind of I don't know, it's not more believable per se, more trustworthy, or just, I don't know how to put it, but just seem more authentic, I guess. That's the bottom line. So I think that it makes people believe in you more. I think people prefer to be around someone like that, you know? So that's why I always say, like, celebrate your individuality. And side note, I mean, stand up for yourselves, you know? Someone once told me, and you know what, they were right. I remember one time I second-guessed myself after I stood up for myself at work about something. This is many years ago. And I told the story to this person about what happened. And I was like, yeah, but you know, maybe I should have kept my mouth shut. I shouldn't have said anything. And I remember this person looked at me, bold-faced, right in the eye, and they said, listen to me right now. Like, don't you ever apologize for standing up for what you know is right. When you know you're right about something, stand up for yourself and stand up for what you know. And don't ever second guess that again. And I was like, okay, okay, I see you. I got the memo. And ever since then, I don't know, those words really hit me. And I was like, you know what, they're freaking right. Like, when you know something's right, stand up for it. Screw it. Anyways, this video is long. I feel like I said so much and said so little all at the same time. I'm hoping there's some nuggets of info here for you guys that you can kind of cherry pick out. But the bottom line is, guys, be strong. Just don't be loud and wrong. I've heard that before. Don't be loud and wrong, baby. Because, you know, you don't want that. So anyways, I will let you guys go. There's too much action around here. Anyways, and I'll talk to you guys later, okay? And take it easy. Ciao.